Good evening, my name's Casey. I'm the founder of the Oath to Children, Mourn This Later. I'm a former scientist in both genetics and forensic science fields where I use PCR personally. What's mRNA? mRNA. M stands for messenger. RNA is an instruction manual for your body to produce all the different proteins that it needs, and there's many. When I heard that they had found a way to change our DNA, I thought, no way. So I set out to disprove it. To my amazement, not only did I discover that it is possible, I now understand this on a cellular level, which I will cover tonight. Then I heard that they had created this jab, that I like to call gene therapy, to be self-spreading vaccine. Again, I thought, no way, because I like to do my due diligence, and I refuse to mindlessly spread uncorroborated information, adding to the already loud conspiracy theories cries. I set out to disprove this self-spreading vaccine too. To my amazement, I found evidence that they have completed their animal trials and declared them a success. I found a few studies, mainly wolves, ferrets and rats. I initially found 10 years worth of animal studies, and more recently there's suggestions that it may be up to 27 years worth of animal studies. 100% of the rats and ferrets died, 100% of the wolves became vaccinated over a 10-year period. We are now in the human trials. Why am I telling you this, and what does this have to do with an oath to the children? The teeny piece of RNA that they artificially created in the lab was specifically sequenced, designed if you like, to be the instruction manual to create what we now call the spike protein. They added this RNA instruction manual to the jabs and wrapped it in hydrogel to sneak it past our immune systems. When this RNA reaches a cell, the hydrogel dissipates, releasing the graphene oxide and self-assembling nanotechnology into your bloodstream. But that's a completely separate attack, and one which thankfully can be controlled. Once the hydrogen dissipates, the RNA makes its way into the cell and into the nucleus, which is where our genetic material, or DNA, lives. Once the RNA reaches our DNA, the process called reverse transcription occurs, which sees RNA transcribed into our DNA, changing it forever. The cells replicate, and this piece of RNA is now permanently fixture in our new cells. So what happens next, as my beautiful mum once asked me? Well, many things actually, but most of them are impossible to cover in 5 minutes. But remember that artificial piece of RNA, which was the instruction manual for what we now call the spike protein? The reason I had to cover the process in depth is so that you gorgeous people will understand what I'm about to say next. My partner in crime, Minty, bought me my own microscope earlier this year, and I have been analysing people's bloods, both jabs and pure bloods. What I'm seeing is additional confirmation that this jab is indeed self-spreading gene therapy. I'm finding the spike protein in pure bloods in different amounts, and the extra shock that I found was it depends where I take the blood from as to the amount of spike protein found within the same person. And we know now that only the cells containing this artificial piece of RNA, i.e. the cells where the DNA has been changed, have the ability, or instruction manual, to create the spike protein. So what I'm seeing in front of my own eyes is evidence that the unjabbed people have had their DNA changed by those who have been jabbed. This is through a process called shedding. I've now rolled this service out to everybody, including children, and anyone who is interested is welcome to contact me afterwards. So back to the children. I feel my future role within this movement is to find means to contribute towards sequencing an artificial piece of RNA that they created in the lab, and then work alongside those with access to CRISPR technology so we can counteract the shedding and enable the next generation to restore their God-given DNA back to its natural state. If we are unable to achieve this, then the next generation will become the first generation of the globalist transhumanism agenda. With this being said, I created an oath with the help of a few veterans who added the pre-oath agreement to keep myself focused on the aims and the goals of this freedom movement. I believe we all have our roles and we all share the same goal: to destroy globalism, central control over every individual, every animal, all waters and all plants, a cashless society and the control behind that agenda, and well, you guys know the rest. So on this very important night, and thanks to Nacho, Cal, and all of those that have made this possible, I would like to swear my oath to the children tonight with you guys as my witness. And I invite anybody else who wants to swear their oath to the betterment of the future for all children to come and do so at the end of the night. And if I get a nod from Nacho. Pre-oath agreement. Upon swearing this oath, I agree that it supersedes any and all other oaths of allegiance to ensure the protection of the innocence and the freedom of every single child on earth. I, KC, swear my oath of allegiance with no mischief or malice to all children across every nation of this realm, as witnessed by the divine and all generations past, present and future. I will defend our sovereignty and our unalienable birthrights against all terrorism, domestic and foreign, until my dying breath. I will always conduct myself honestly and selflessly, with integrity and full accountability. We, the people, are reclaiming our God-given freedoms to hand them intact to the next generation so they can enjoy and defend them alike. I promise to lead by example, to teach our children that they are and they own the land, air and water, and they must protect this fundamental truth for the future of all mankind. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Okay guys, so that's all the speakers. I think the plan